So I thought today I'd share some tips on lane filtering. Seeing we now have legalised lane filtering here in Victoria, it's got to be a good time to share some of my experiences and basically what I do. So here go my tips for lane filtering. Number one, check your mirrors. Before you move into that middle lane, just have a quick look in your mirrors and make sure no one else is already in that centre area between the cars, because you don't want to cut another rider off. Number two, don't be a dick. It's fairly simple. Just be sensible about it. You know, dickhead, cars still aren't used to you sneaking up between them like that. I still find you know, people are somewhat surprised, you know, when you squeeze between them.
What a nice bloke.
The speed limit here is 30 kilometres an hour, which I actually find quite acceptable. I will admit there's times that I probably creep over that, but most of the time I'm perfectly happy with 30. Number three, be prepared to brake.
You can drive in your
Now I don't mean cover your brake, that's entirely up to you. I don't mean, you know, ready your hand here, cover your rear brake. Just be aware that you may have to brake, and you know, the importance there is that you don't lock up. Number four, pick your time. If I'm not going to gain much, I often won't be bothered filtering. So, you know, for instance, if there was a red light here, there's only one car in front of me, I may or may not squeeze around it. If the light's about to change green, I'll probably just sit in the traffic. If my general rule is, if I think I'm going to need to stop, I sneak in between. So here, I know they're going to get a green arrow, so in we go. And like I say, be sensible about it. You need to wiggle between the cars, not just drive the line. Number five, when you do get to the front like that, check your mirrors again. See if there's anyone else filtering up behind you, and if there is, move forward or to the side so they've got room to come through. It's all about sharing the road. Number six, don't hold people up when you get to the front. Now the whole point of filtering is to get out of the traffic and help it flow better. So if you do get to the front, make sure you put a little bit of speed on and get away from the cars. You know, you don't have to take off a million mile an hour. Just make sure that you do get away, and that's for your own safety too. And that brings me on to my next tip. Look left, look right. Bear in mind you're going to be taken off quicker than the other cars, sooner than the other cars. Your view could be obstructed from left and right because you're between the other cars or trucks. So make sure that you give the old left, right, left again, whichever, right or left, whichever way you want to do. And probably my final tip, and this is a personal tip, for some reason I find it easier. Now bear in mind that we're in Australia. We drive on the left hand side of the road, which is, you know, where I am now. So on a dual lane road like this, I find it easier to be filtering or begin my filtering starting in the right hand lane. The reason being that when I am over there, I find that I get a little bit better view, and that is partially because, you know, left hand lane often contains, you know, has a truck in it or some, you know, some bus, something larger that's a bit harder to see around. So there you go, there's my tips on lane filtering. But I think overall my number one tip is don't be a dick. Just be sensible about it. If you be sensible about it, be careful. Don't go riding through stop cars at 70, 80 Ks. You know, you will save quite a bit of time on your travel, and you won't upset the other drivers, because let's face it, you know, you get a car offside and he gives you a tap, you're going to lose. So there you go, lane filtering 101 in Victoria. Don't be a dick.